Alpha leads, the beta follows, but the signal walks.
Brain rot. Brain rot. It's everywhere. From TikTok, Snapchat, Reels, YouTube. Everyone seems to treat it like it's some kind of joke. But the more I hear it and see it, the more I inquire about it. Is it a funny word we just use to describe garbage on the internet? Or are we actually genuinely describing something we know is bad for us? What even is brain rot? Why are we all seemingly obsessed with it? And how did a phrase about our brains rotting become the word of the year in 2024? In this video, I want to break it down. Where it came from, what it's doing to us, and most importantly, how to cure it. I'm Gavin, and this is my Brain Rot Inquiry Project. So sit down, relax, grab an ice cold glass of Red 40, and enjoy the show. So what does the word brain rot actually mean? Well, brain rot is a slang term used to describe the low quality or mind-numbing internet content that we come across, particularly on short-form content. It's the kind that feels like it's slowly frying your brain. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with it. The type of media that leaves you feeling dumber after watching. That is what brain rot is. Brain rot is characterized by its oversaturated colors, flashing edits, sound bites, and content that feels like it's going nowhere. It has no story and no purpose. Its existence is purely just to be amusing. Interestingly enough, Oxford University Press even reported that the
use of the word brain rot grew over 230% in just 1 year.
Now that brain rot, the word, has been defined, well, where does it come from? And to answer that, you must understand the history of the rot. Brain rot might feel like a modern thing, but the idea has been around for a long time. The term actually dates back all the way to 1854, when Henry David Thoreau used it in Walden to call out society's mental laziness. He wrote,
"While England endeavors to cure the potato rot, will not any endeavor to cure the brain rot, which prevails so much more widely and fatally."
Essentially, he was basically saying, why are we ignoring how dumb everything is getting? Very Sigma. So yeah, even back then, people were worried about declining attention spans and intellectual decay. Fast forward to the 2000s, and brain rot took a new form. We went from MLG meme edits and YouTube poops to Vine loops and ironic spam posts. Then came the TikTok era, and now, as of 2025, it seems to be AI-generated sludge, which is just anthropomorphic animals speaking broken Italian, and somehow this stuff seems to get millions of views. But this isn't new behavior. Humans have always been drawn to the bizarre and overstimulating. The only thing that's changed is the speed and the volume. Even in the pre-internet days, we had reality TV, TLC, or the Learning Channel. Basically built a brand on low-effort entertainment. Shows like My 600-Pound Life Hoarders, Toddlers and Tiaras. Sure, they weren't exactly high art, but at least they had structure. Now there's no plot, no point, just noise. And I've noticed something. As the quality seems to keep going down, the views keep going up along with our screen time and everything. We're watching more than ever, but remembering less. And in Chapter 3, I hope to discuss this. What is the cost of trading our... Well, what's the cost of monetizing our attention? And we'll discuss that in Chapter 3. So brain rot's everywhere. How bad can it possibly be? Well, let's talk numbers. Back in 2013, people spent around 3 hours a day on the screen, and by 2023, 10 years later, that number more than doubled, with the average user spending over 7 hours a day staring into a glowing rectangle, and most of that time, it's eaten up by social media. Now, the internet cannot be understated. It's a powerful tool that helps us connect, learn, create, and share. Over 5 billion people scroll it daily, and the content is endless, fast, flashy, and forgettable. Memes, TikToks, AI spam, slop videos with distorted voices and zero meaning plague social media. And we just keep watching. Not just because it's entertaining, but because it helps us avoid something deeper. Brain rot doesn't just hijack our attention, it numbs our discomfort, much like our drug, and that is what makes brain rot so dangerous. It shields us from boredom, loneliness, failure, anxiety, and the hard truths about the world and ourselves. As Mark Hawkins writes in The Power of Boredom, we don't fear boredom because it's boring, we fear it because boredom forces us to face ourselves. And that's the uncomfortable truth. We use overstimulation as a form of escape. It's easier to scroll through nothing than sit with something real. These apps are designed to do that, with autoplay, notifications, infinite scroll. They're not just showing you content, they're training your brain to crave novelty every few seconds. And now, with AI, anyone can produce brain rot in minutes. You don't need to be creative or talented, you just need a trend and a prompt. And while it keeps getting easier to make, our attention spans, our focus, and our curiosity keep shrinking. Ian Lazelli, I did not pronounce that, puts it like this in Curious. We live in an age where the answer to every question is just a click away. But easy access can actually kill our curiosity. So instead of exploring, we consume. Instead of asking questions, we just keep swiping. Instead of inquiry, we choose distraction. But don't worry, it's not hopeless. In fact, it's normal to feel this way. And most of this is exaggerated. In Chapter 4, we'll talk about how to stop rotting, and how to start reconnecting with boredom and with focus. I'll discuss ways that we can cure brain rot with better content that actually makes your brain stronger.
This chapter will be done by me, Brian, from 11 Labs. The editor has collapsed of brain rot and insists the video must be done. So enjoy Chapter 4, The Cure. You feel brain rot. You want to stop. Here's how. First, set time limits. Give yourself a timer. When it goes off, stop scrolling. Second, delete apps you don't need. Less apps, less brain rot. Third, move your phone. Put it far away when you sleep or study. Out of sight, out of mind. Fourth, do real stuff. Read, walk, lift weights, talk to people. Fifth, sleep. Good sleep makes your brain stronger. Weak brains get brain rot faster. Sixth, be aware. Know when you're falling into the trap. Notice it. Stop it. Seventh, try better content. Find long-form videos, podcasts, books, stuff that actually teaches you something. It helps your brain stay sharp. It's not easy, but you can fight it.
Elephant green screen effect.